Hi everyone, we're going to be getting started in less than 30 seconds, so stand by. This is going to be a call that is going to be amazing. I know you're going to want to take notes, so grab your piece of paper and pen. We're going to get started here very shortly. All right, everyone. It is straight up 8:30 Central Standard Time. I am Tammy Clinton, Executive National Vice President, Independent Consultant. I'm your host tonight for our United Nations Wednesday night training call. I love our connection. I love our unity, and I love everything about this entire process of us getting to join together every single week. Tonight is going to be lit. It's going to be an amazing night, a powerful night. For our speaker tonight is someone very near and dear to my heart. She has achieved so much with Arbonne and just in life in general. She is a ENVP. She's got 3 wide national vice presidents. She is number 11 in the top income bracket. And she has been on several of the NVP challenge trips. She's won those, which really means so much about building your business and the wisdom and the experience that comes from that. She's a Spirit of Arbonne winner. She's an author. She's a film producer. I am so excited, guys, for you guys to sit at the feet of Christy Drieling tonight. I want to add that today I had the privilege of getting to talk to someone, and we were talking about Arbonne and about the life of Arbonne and all of that, and I was kind of reminiscing back into my corporate years of being in corporate, and you know, it dawned on me for the first time in 15 years, I had this huge revelation that Arbonne is the one place where you can always start right where you're standing, and you've all got a plus sign available to you. So when you look at the compensation plan for Arbonne, don't look at all the numbers, look at the plus sign, because the plus sign is exactly the abundance that this company can give to you. There is no cap on anything that we can achieve in this company. There's no cap in the plus sign with the relationships and the Arbonne family unified together. Guys, this is a special place to be in all areas of your life. And I am so excited to get to share with you somebody that loves so big, and really she's known as love in this company. And so Christy, thank you so much for accepting our invitation to be with us tonight. We have been just so excited about what this week was going to hold, knowing that you are going to be our girl tonight. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, beautiful lady. I am honored to be here with you and in the presence of all these amazing souls from all over, and all the other national vice presidents and regional vice presidents and areas and districts and new consultants. And oh my gosh, aren't you awesome for showing up, all of you. You know, my sponsor used to say to me, you've got to show up to go up. And she just ingrained that into my head, you know, when I first began this business, and she was so right. And, you know, when you look at Tammy and when you look at Carlita and you look at your NVPs and your RVPs, the only thing that separates you from them is that they just did not quit. They didn't give up. Yeah, I was running on the treadmill today, and one of my favorite songs comes on. Have you heard Champion? You know, yeah, like, so I, like, if they had videos playing, like, you would have seen me, like, dancing while I was running. I'm sure I looked hilarious. But I love the message of that song so much, because I really feel like it really is who we are meant to be. It's who we are. We are champions. And sometimes, though, we don't champion ourselves the way we should. Would you agree? I think a lot of times that inner dialogue in the headspace that we have is focused on what we're not accomplishing, where we haven't been, comparing ourselves to, somebody else's their champion. And one thing our past president taught us was that the grass is not always greener on the other side. And if it is, there's usually a septic tank there. And I used to love that. And you know why I loved it? Because I really remember comparing my champion to somebody else's champion. And I remember how that made me feel and how defeated I felt. And I also remember times when there was recognition and maybe I wasn't being recognized. And then I would tell myself, like, I should have done more. I could have done more. I didn't do more. I'm such a failure. Like, the dialogue, if you could have heard the messages that I would play over and over again. The one thing that I learned very quickly, though, was that it was pretty evident that was not going to get me where I wanted to go. My hunger for more was so much bigger than the voices in my head. And I knew that I had to champion myself. And so tonight I'm going to ask you to just set your day aside. Set the pain, the frustration, the stress of getting dinner done and the kids running and everything, or whatever is going on in your world that may have caused you a little bit of anxiety or tension. And maybe it caused you to look at your life in a non-grateful and thankful way. I want you to come from a thankful state right now. And in order to receive the teachings I want to share with you this evening, it's going to be necessary for you just to calm your body, take a few deep breaths through the nose and out the mouth. I can't hear you. Nobody can, see you. If they can, who cares, right? And just be present in this moment. And if you can go through just a few things that you're grateful for and you're thankful for, the fact that you're breathing, you're alive, you're here, you're present, that you have this gift called Arbonne that is a vehicle of transformation, not just through the products, but more importantly through the soul. And Tammy, I thank you for what you shared, the perception that you have of me, of being love. I truly believe that we only see that which we are. And when we see something in another is what we see reflecting back to us, which is us. And I remember when I joined Arbonne, I knew that love was there, but I did not know how to love myself. I did not know how to champion myself. I did not know how to love Christy Drieling, because Christy Drieling's patterns, her life was conflicted of love. For those of you that do not know my story, my fathers were drug addictive and abusive. I was on welfare most of my life. We had a lot of pain, a lot of darkness. And it was hard for me to love a world that was so dark. And I often questioned why I got dealt that hand. You might be feeling that right now. You might be thinking that. I don't know what to do. I don't know why, how. I'll do whatever it takes. Or maybe you're flourishing now. Business is booming. Things are great. Everything's moving, in the flow, in the stream of life. But what I do know for sure is that life comes in seasons. We have winters, we have falls, spring, summer. And so Arbonne has taught me how to adapt to the seasons and how to love the very space that I am in, and how to champion myself and how to champion other people. And so tonight, I hope and pray that you'll get something in these next 20 minutes that we share together. And I hope that it touches you in a place that, maybe it will inspire you to stop sitting on the bench of your life and playing small. You know what I mean? Every single month you set that goal with your upline, or you set that goal with yourself, and you fall short just a little bit every single month, or maybe a lot. The next month you set it again. The same thing keeps happening. It's a cycle. Does anybody know what that's like? Well, there are some things that we can actually work on and begin to transcend within ourselves that will help you to navigate those muddy waters that keep us from really stepping into our ultimate power. First and foremost, we have to start with authentic leadership. All right? What is an authentic leader? An authentic leader is you. You as you are right now in this moment, you are authentic leader. And so many people try to be who they are not. They try to live up to the expectations of who they think everybody wants them to be. They try to say the right thing. They try to dress in the right way. They try to be, and they lose sense of who they are. People can feel you. They can feel you. They can feel if you're real. They can feel if they can trust you. And if you wonder why people are not joining your business, my friends, it's likely because you don't trust yourself. If we do not trust our voice, if we are afraid to speak our voice, if we are afraid to show up and to be present in the world, why would anyone want to join us if we don't trust ourselves? I'm not saying this is easy. Learning to trust yourself is not the easiest thing in the world to do. Actually, it can be quite challenging, right? After all, we mess up, we don't get it right. We fell. We either fell backwards or we fell forward. It's all the way we choose to look at it. We've been conditioned from a young age. We go to traditional schools and we are programmed and taught that failure is bad. Well, in our industry, in what we do, we must fail to succeed. It's required. So just a simple shift in belief in that there is nothing wrong with you. You are not a failure. You are perfectly, authentically designed. You just have not yet mastered the skill needed in order to equip you with the right words and body language and those skills that will bring people towards you. Okay? But I'll tell you, people want to follow people that know where they're going. So right now, my friends, right now in this moment, you can make a decision that you're championing yourself today in this minute, this moment forward, and you will never go back to doubting yourself or not trusting that you have the ability to lead a volunteer army to their dreamland, to their whatever that is for them. Like, all of us are different. Like, for me, becoming was very important for me. Becoming a better version of myself, becoming love, becoming peace, becoming a force of nature, to becoming someone, the best I could be, not in competition with anybody else, but in competition with myself. And if you look people in the eyes and you say, listen, I'm going to the top of this company. I don't know when. I'm not quite sure how, but I'm going to guarantee you this. I'm going. And you are the exact person that I want to have with me. You are the kind of woman or man, whichever one you're speaking to, that I can see in a leadership position, teaching and loving hundreds of thousands. I want to do this with you. Let's do this together. I believe in you. You have so much in you. That I have become, like, my whole career, 17 years in Arbonne, which, it just goes by so quickly. I've recognized what my gifts are. My gifts are really seeing people's gifts, seeing the vision, the bigger vision, and speaking into people and letting them recognize that they're worth more than what they think they are. And so if you're not sponsoring, if you're not bringing people into your business, ask yourself, are you being authentic in your communication with them? But if you're going to speak into people the way I just shared with you, you better believe it. Rita would say to me, you got to fake it till you make it. Sometimes I didn't feel it that day and I had to fake it till I made it, but it still worked. And so if you're going to go out and you're going to actually coach in this way, if you're going to bring people into your business, if you're going to go in this direction, you need to be a lifer. I am huge at being a woman of my word, a person of my word. So I can guarantee if I'm going to speak it, I'm going to live it. So if that's you, put yourself out there. Put yourself out there, look people in the eyes and speak truth into them. What's the worst they can say? No? No? My friends, it's worse to never even give the opportunity to another soul to have the level of freedom that you're getting to experience, to be able to be in this space, to be able to be with all of these men and women right now all over the world who are here together to grow and to contribute, because that's truly where happiness lies, is in growth and contribution. If you're thinking to yourself, well, my team isn't doing this and I'm not, I'm just not good enough. I'm not worthy enough. I'm afraid. I don't know. I don't know if I can do it. What if I do get there and I can't do it? And it's all this noise, just noise, which, by the way, as you know, or may not know, most of the things going on right here, it's lies. If it doesn't feel good, it's most likely a lie. And I love Sean Anker was mentioning in a podcast the other day that if you wake up in the morning and you experience just 3 minutes of negative news, negativity, 3 minutes of it, you are 27% of people that were studied who did this at 6 p.m. that night, they said that their day was negative. They had a bad day. What are you subjecting yourself to? What are you putting into your mind? Are you watching television? What are you watching? Are you watching the news? Are you listening to negativity? Are you engaging in gossip? Are you feeding your mind with nutrient-rich content and information that will fuel you and fire you up to go out there and to look into people's eyes and say, listen, I'm going to the top and I'm taking you with me. Let's do this. I believe in you. You told me what your dream was. I want to help you to get that. Let's do this. Detach. So many of you are getting emotionally detached to the answers. Just because people aren't ready now, it doesn't mean they're not going to be ready 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. I've got a leader that was literally a preferred customer of mine for 14 years, and now is an area manager on her way to region. 14 years of me dripping, and she proclaims that Arbonne has changed her life. Why deny other people this when we are living in a society with this disease to please, right? Everybody has this need to please and to perform and to be the best and to drive the best and to have the best. But you know what the best is? The best is peace. The best is knowing that you've got your family taken care of. The best is knowing that you don't have to worry about the bills anymore. The best is knowing that if there was something that needed to be taken care of for your family, that you could take care of them because money wasn't a problem. The best is knowing that you can give back to the world in ways that you could have never imagined giving back without ever expecting anything in return. That's what this business is truly about. I hope that you can begin to see that and witness that it is more than what you might be experiencing right now, what you think it is. It's more than the product. It is so much more than it. And if people could actually just get on a call like this and to experience the richness of the value of the leaders that you have that will pour into your soul, eat it up. But once you eat it up, share it. So many people don't share what they learn. Do you absorb information and then you don't share it? That's probably why people aren't inspired to be led by you. They don't know what you know. Just put yourself out there. Go live on Instagram. Go live on Facebook. Speak your heart. Speak your love. Speak your truth. Speak into people. Make positive posts. Be a bright light. And I promise you, people will be looking for you because you're going to be a lighthouse. But if you continue to stay in the dark, you know what that dark is? The dark is the voices in the head, the dark night of the soul, the fear, the worthiness issues, the rejection, the pain, the struggle. It's all there, and it's noise. And it's leading you in the opposite direction. We have to work from our heart. If you really want to know what the secret sauce is, it's to leave this on the counter and work from this. Use your mind when it's appropriate. Use your mind when you've got to set up your day, when you've got to plan stuff, when you've got to get stuff done. Use your heart to connect with people. Ask yourself, what is my intention? Always. You are going into spiritual partnerships with every single soul that you touch, whether they are someone that you're connecting with through the business or they're connecting with them for the product. You are there to deliver value, to deliver service. It's a partnership. It is not you looking at them and thinking, this is my next ace. You get dollars in your signs and you're like, oh my gosh, they're going to so help me get to district. Oh, they're going to so help me get to area. That's the wrong thing to be thinking. And we've all done it. So by the way, I'm not putting that down. I'm just going to lead you on a path of exploring what it looks like to actually work from a space that is more natural for you. And that means when you're with people, see them, look them in the eyes and see them, hear them. As you're hearing them, you're investigating, how can I be of service to you? You're not thinking about you. All you're thinking about is them. And it may not be Arbonne that you need to give to them, to share with them. You may need to connect them to someone that's going to help them fix a plumbing issue. I don't know. But you know what I do know is that your good deeds will not go unnoticed and not go unrewarded. You cannot work from this space without being blessed just because you're working from an authentic space, right? Your journey is going to be so much more enjoyable when you do that. And then the next thing I want to talk to you is really about, like, what are you really afraid of? How many of you are afraid? What are you afraid of? Right? Like, my friends, like, we're sharing 30 days. We're sharing skincare. We're sharing makeup. We don't have lions chasing us, right? There's really not that much to be afraid of. And to be honest, what we do is freaking incredible, and it's super fun. Why do people want to join you? Because it looks like fun, and it looks so much more enjoyable than their 9 to 5. Did you know that recent statistics said that more than 65% of people are not happy in their jobs right now? So if 65% of people are not happy and wish they were doing something else, don't you think that maybe you should be talking to more people? So let's talk a little bit more about what you're focusing on. So I was training one of my leaders today, and she was sharing her frustration with me. And she said, I'm doing my reach outs and it's just not working. Like I work so hard. And I said, stop. I want you to listen to yourself right now. I want you to really listen to yourself. I said, you're focusing so much on what's not working, on what's not right. I want you to tell me what was right today. What did you do that was right? What did you do that was worthy of praise? And why don't we focus on that? See, the brain has a tendency to go to the negative because it always wants to solve problems, right? So we'll focus on that one thing that's not working when all these other things are actually working. So I'm going to challenge all of you for the next 30 days. I really want you to practice this. When you begin to really listen to the noise in the mind, I want you to say to yourself, okay, Christy told me to turn that noise around and to actually focus on something really beautiful that's happened today. I will promise you that in 30 days, your whole life is going to shift. And alongside with that, I have another little challenge, but this one's really fun. It's one of my favorite things to do, actually. So I want you to take out a notebook or a piece of paper, it doesn't matter. And I want you to write down 30 things that you would love to come into your life in the next 30 days. All right? That could be, I want to attract my next rock star business partner. I would love to meet the love of my life. I would love to, be able to pay off all my debt, whatever. I just want you to dream as big as you want and write it down. What will blow your mind away is that, just go put it away. I don't want you going and looking at it every day, by the way. I want you to just put it away. In 30 days, when you bring it back out, I want you to actually see how many of those things came in that actually manifested in your life. It's pretty mind-blowing, actually. I was coaching a gentleman the other day and had him do this. And he said 17 out of the 30 things that he wrote down all came into his life. The power of your intention is the power. The power of the intention of the words you speak is the power. If your intention is pure, that has power. Everything will move forward for you based off of your intention. If your intention is to love and to serve and to just become the best human being that you can be, knowing that you're going to make mistakes, knowing that you're not perfect, by the way, all of those accolades that you heard, I always have a hard time when people ask me for my bio, because what I really want to share is all my failure. Like, really, like if you could actually read the list of what a failure Christy Drieling has been, it wouldn't sound so impressive. It really wouldn't. I have started many companies that have failed. I actually have, I think I have around 5,000 panties sitting in a storage room because I started a panty company that didn't go anywhere. I had socks that I had shipped in from China for one of my first books, 5,000 socks that I actually wound up giving to the homeless. I mean, like, I could go on. I could tell you about all the horrible things and, the mistakes I made and, the leadership faults, mistakes I made. I was not perfect. Do not strive for perfection. You will never arrive there. You'll just be disappointed. But you know what you got to have is you got to have a great sense of humor. If you can't laugh at yourself, then this journey is actually going to be a really hard one. And if you can learn to laugh at yourself, then things will just really, they'll be a lot easier. They'll be a lot easier on you. Dr. Wayne Dyer once said, when it comes to like just people's perceptions of us, how many of you struggle with perceptions, people's perception of you. Anybody have a struggle with that? A lot of people, right? You're worried of what they're going to think of you, and if you're going to come off right. And I truly, one of my biggest struggles is I love to give value so much. Like, I just want to give value. And that's my biggest fear, is not giving value, not having, shared something that really touched somebody. And so something that Dr. Wayne Dyer said that really moved me, he said, you know what? I can walk into a room with 2,000 people, and there are going to be 2,000 different perceptions of me. That's not my problem. And that was such a life-altering message for me, right? Because I would change. I was like a chameleon. I would change just to please people. Anybody else do that? You change like the seasons. Yeah. And it's really not the most beautiful place to be. And you have to know you're safe. So what I love about Arbonne is you're in a safe place. And so I ask all of you, as you embark on this journey, even more after today, I'm going to ask you to work on standing in your authentic power. And I also want to share with you, I've been in this business for 17 years, and we are on a wild ride right now. I've seen many ups and many downs. And what you're about ready to experience in Arbonne is going to be one of the wildest rides we've ever been on. You're already starting to see it. So this is where I'm a little bit more serious as we close. Do not miss the wave, because you can't get out of your head. Wow. Do not miss the wave, because we are going. This company is a blessed company. And the people that are in the leadership positions in this company are here to change this world. We're doing it every day with our products. We're doing it every day with this business. And we have the purest hearts of any company, I believe, in the world. We are a blessed company. And we will, and we are going to change this world. So you want to be a part of that. So taste the fear, feel the fear, do it anyway. Push through those fears, push through the dark night of the soul. Seek growth. Love yourself. Love others. Love your team. Love them for where they are. Love you for where you are. And show grace when times are hard, not only for you, but for others. And know that there is absolutely nothing you can't achieve if you're willing to help enough people get what they want. So with that being said, I am truly honored that I have been asked.
No, me paso en YouTube. Yo tengo cosas que hacer.
That I have been blessed.
No, que sí. Está bueno. Es que le viendo el pelo. Ahí está, mira. Ahí está lo que me lo pongo feliz.
I'm trying to mute. We have some background guys as we wrap up the call. Please make sure that you are muted. Christy, you'll have to unmute. Sorry about that. I had to mute everybody, and it muted you too. There you go.
So as we begin to close this evening, I really want you to think about what your intention is for this year. Tonight, as you go to sleep, I want you to write the things you're grateful for. When you wake up in the morning, before you put your feet on the ground, I want you to say what you're thankful for. I want you to go throughout your day working from an authentic heart, loving from an authentic heart, putting other people first in the sense of what's their needs, how can I serve them, honoring your process, respecting the progress, because we all are progressing. Nobody's arrived. I'm not even close to where I want to be. Oh my gosh, I'm just getting started. And please connect with more people daily than you've ever done before. This is a tribal effort. We all have to come together. It can't be done by just a few. People are sick, they're hurting, the disease of the soul, the disease of the body. And we're ethically responsible for helping with the healing process. So if we were to put down all the significance that goes around the car and the title and the fame and the glory, and really just focus on let's heal our planet, let's heal our souls, and let's come together as one, we will see changes in this world that truly will make history and will change all generations here on after. That's bigger picture, my friends. We've got a lot of work to do, and I love you all. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Christy, for your time that you've given to all of us, and you've certainly taken us on a journey of so much deep thought, and just my favorite has been the gratitude that you just kept dishing out to us. And I will tell you that you know, living in gratitude is one of the key steps to prosperity in life altogether. But I tell you, one thing that I know for sure is that we have, just like what you said, Christy, leaders that are pouring their souls into each and every one of you. We have such a unity. We have such a leadership that is so committed to each and every one of your successes. And I hope tonight that you will send out a text to your leader, and that you will show your gratitude and you will show your love towards them. When Christy was talking about the wave and that our head is going to get into the space to where we're not going to be able to ride the wave, and when she was talking about all of the things regarding sharing this business so unapologetically, we need to listen to others and hear them say that they need Arbonne, because we have, like you said, Christy, a responsibility, and we have to leave our fear in the background. And then I love the part where you were talking about writing down those 30 things. Guys, the reason why we write down our intentions is it helps you to move forward, because in the Bible, God says, whosoever a man thinketh, so is he. What we think about, we tend to act upon. And that's how it comes into our life. There's no magic. It's just intention. I hope each and every one of you are changed by this message tonight, and some of the things that were shared you'll apply to your life and become the authentic self, develop the skill sets that you need to create the future you need, but live in a state of gratitude. And let's get our minds ready for the wave that is here. Love you guys so much. Thank you again, Christy. We love you. We'll see you in about 4 weeks. Bye, everybody. Good night.